got us quite a bit of variety versus Team 1. We got us a Team Russia. Team Russia, русский вперед! Ебой, давай! Team Russia, ура! That's about as Russian as I can get it, dude. That's about as Russian as I can get it. We got ourselves Archie, we got ourselves Wolf, we got ourselves Grom, Krager, as well as Couriers. Couriers. It's a word for course? Like a course at school? Like a class? I don't even know. We got ourselves Athel on team 2 with Helen as a shadow priest. I like it that. We got ourselves Taxi as Affliction, Zava as a feral druid, as well as Copyfin as an elemental shaman. Looks like Taxi. Let's go to first up with Archie activating that Earth Elemental immediately. He is just charging a Taxi. Is there a Taxi that's dueling? I think it is Taxi that's dueling, right? Got himself a port away from that stun of Archie. Hits him with a Mortal Coil and run him in the other direction. And Archie got that Ghost Wolf up and running. Gonna be... Was that a wall activated? Ghost Wolves are actually activated. That's what it was. That's what it was. Taxi popping in wall right now to try to see if he can survive this damage. This is going to be Archie with big burst. Taxi trying to go for a fear. Does Archie trinket out of it? Did it tremorate? Might have actually. Going to be mad damage out of Archie. Taxi got himself reflect, trying to drain through his damage. No reflect, no interrupt available for Archie. It looks like Taxi actually was able to survive this quite a bit. Big board, disconnects himself away from the chain, drain life onto the pet. Taxi actually survived the ungodly burst out of an enhancement Shaman, boys. That's going to be a full UA try to set up onto Archie. It looks like Archie is out of steam for the time being until at least the next Doom wins legendary drop. But until then, it's going to be Taxi actually able to play the game for a little bit. Going to be an interrupt on the Shadow. Trying to go for that Malediction trinket. That Sunder. Looks like that Sunder broke that Malediction. Going to be UA. Looks like he's going to get him with a stun. No, has a port ready. And Taxi just got these dots rolling into Archie. Is going to be able to whittle him out. Archie can remove curses. He can remove Curse of Exhaustion or Curse of Weakness or Agony. So he's going to be able to remove quite a decent dot from Taxi, especially one that needs so much ramp up. And it's going to be able to deal with a lot of his other abilities. But Taxi got that good sustained damage. Big old Dora Shadows available for Archie. As he's just straight up chasing after Taxi. Looking to see if he can get himself a good setup versus the Warlock. I keep swapping to the wrong person, I'm so sorry. Taxi hitting him with that Mortal Coil, looking for that Drain Life recovery. And it's going to be a trinket on Archie though, so that's a 2-minute trinket gone. Does he have another go? Does he have a Bloodlust together, maybe with a Doom Winds? Looks like he might have something here. Trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Taxi does get a port. And that's going to be Soul Rod onto Archie. Archie is dotted up quite substantial, and Taxi just trying to run away, let these dots do work. Big old gateway. And Archie still has plenty of mana to work with. These dots do rot him down over time. Especially if Taxi goes for the, what is that, Contagion ability, I think it's called? I think it was Contagion. Big old Chain Harvest on the Taxi and hits the rest of Team 1. So it's actually heal, not damage, which is fine. Taxi get interrupted though. Could be really bad. Big drain life. Covering a lot of health. There's going to be a Sunder. Mortal Coil onto Archie. Taxi recovering on health. And it looks like he's actually should be able to stabilize. Archie though, plenty of healing for himself as well. Lots of maelstrom from all these Ghost Wolves. And Taxi got that mobility for the time being. It's a very much a back and forth duel. I'm actually surprised at how close it is. With a Shaman as well as a Warlock. Enhancement Shaman versus Affliction. One is all about this mad burst just overlapping all these cooldowns together. And the other is more a little bit about that burst, but very much about the whittling down aspect of just rotting people down. It's going to be a Dark Glare. Can Archie deal with it? Pop it in a wall and just look at to just stay on top of Taxi. That's going to be a Healing Totem stun onto the Dark Glare. And that's going to be Sunder into Taxi. Has a big port available. The Dark Glare is just continuing to slap him with I-beams. For every single die that's up on Archie, those I-beams do quite a bit of damage. It's actually just not good for him at all. Taxi trying to go for a bit of a fear onto Archie. Maybe away. It's trying not to get interrupted at the same time. Archie's sitting about half his health. Still plenty of Maelstrom, plenty of mana to maintain his health. The healing of Enhanced Shamans has been nerfed as of this patch. Like 12% or something. But it still is quite substantial healing. Taxi with that Drain Life, he does let this Agony Tick store up on Archie. And over time, those Agony Ticks turn into a mad Drain Life. But Taxi got plenty of burst. Big asset is available. That's going to be Taxi trying to see if he can run out of there. Ooh! I don't even know why. I think I just went to space for a second. Convoke the Spirits coming out by Zava. Gonna be Archie surviving it. Still has Ascendance. Mad healing off it. A Zava just popping in wall with Thorns just continuing to chuck damage, and Archie is gonna dispel the Shackles of Malediction. Him being Enhancement, he doesn't have to worry about the trinket at all. He's gonna get a Shackles of Malediction. Zava, while he's stunned, it's good. Go to activate Zavos. Frenzy Regen, Emergency Healing. Archie is going to get himself a small heal in between of the birds by the Feral Druid. Big Roar by Zavo is looking to get himself a bit of a reset. That was absolutely insane burst out of Archie. Tags played that super well, but I think with against Archie, he just has so much consistent healing. I don't really know how you could beat him unless you go for like a full Mortar Coil with full cooldowns rolling into a stun and spam Malefic Raptures at the guy. Or you need to... I actually don't know. I actually don't know how you beat him. I don't know how you beat it. I actually don't know, because if Archie could dispel magic as well as... Because I guess a healer, Tagsy's insane, because Tagsy will put up a UA on the guy, and Tagsy will also use the Chains of Malediction, and you're not going to dispel Malediction because you're going to dispel UA, and if you dispel UA, that's just going to do damage to you and silence you. So it's like a perfect setup for Affliction Warlocks in 2v3 Arena, 2v2 Arena. But against Enhancement Shaman, who could just dispel Curse, it's too good for him. Zava tried to go for a big Convoke the Spirits. Archie has a stop for it. Did save a trinket for that one. I think it is a minute-long Convoke, though. So next time Zava can line up that big minute-long Convoke to Archie, it could be really, really bad. Unless somehow Zava's bites just hit the Earth Elemental instead of Archie. And by then, I think the Earth Elemental should be gone. Try to see if he can cycle on Archie. Does Archie have the big burst available right now? Looks like Doomins might be available. Zava leaping up onto the platform. Onto the central platform of the Dalaran sewers. Zord or Shadows just door dashing over to Zava. Or to see what we call it, door dashing. I guess you are using door of Shadows just to kind of like door over there. Big leap by Zava, missing it by a pixel. But still is able to get ahead of Archie. Actually, even catching a reset for a second. Is that what it looked like? I think he did. Maim onto Archie. Does not have a Convoke with this one, but Zava just trying to buy himself some time with a root onto Archie. Looking for a bit of a re-heal himself. Needs any kind of healing he can get, but he's going to be able to get himself a clean reset. Archie is looking to pick up the eye, does not have a trinket anymore, so him being able to stop Zava is going to be of great importance. If he can somehow stop the Feral Druid, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Looking for him. He has to be behind this pillar. Outside of that, Archie can't really do much about it. I guess he can sit in Ghost Wolf, right? Because he's not playing an Aurora Shield. Big Convoke coming out. Zava unable to kill him. Archie being an Orc does not see the stun fully. Is able to get an interrupt the last second. Could have been some mad bites towards the tail end of that Convoke. And Archie was able to stop it. Big stun onto Zava. Thorns are up. Is going to get Ghost Wolf in there to join the fight. Zava not in a great position right now. Looking for a very, very defensive play. No trinket available or nothing. The Ghostos are doing the damage. Big roar onto Archie. No bleeds onto the Shaman, so he's actually able to get his reset. That's going to be Frenzy Region with a wall rolling. The Savage is going to turn up the heat, trying to see if he can turn up the heat. Big Maim onto Archie. He's going to go for the Shackles of Malediction. Archie can't dispel this effect just now. Bashed by Zava. Does he get it? Archie needs a heal. Does sneak one in somehow. Ascendance and just takes Zava out. Just ascended beyond the feral. I ascend beyond your mortal needs. I am greater than thou. Literally, he just ascended above us. He showed us who is a god amongst men. He actually was at no health at all. And then pow. Absolutely amazing. Archie though, just continuing that aggressive play. But I guess Copy Fin is going to be 3 minute cooldowns, not available. About a minute until those ghosts will back up. So I don't know what he has available. Maybe Doom wins together, but I don't really know what he could really do against Copy. It also doesn't look like Copy Fin or Archie are either playing Grounding Totem, so it's going to be really interesting if they'll be able to ground much from each other. I think Light and Lasso can be grounded, so it's going to be an ability that just will not eat any grounds. Is Copy Fin playing Earth Elemental? He is, so Archie should be able to kind of harass Copy by continuously purging it. Going to be Earth Elemental joining the fight. Hex trying to come out. It's going to be in-cap by Copy. Is still going to try to re-hex. Is not Copy. I think he's just trying to get himself a bit of a reset instead. Earth Elemental already out and about, trying to get a Stormkeeper. Archie does not have a wall for this or a grounding totem for this one. It looks like there's going to be Archie caught in the static totem, stuck in the fence chain link. There's going to be Light and Lasso afterwards. At least he's in Ghost Wolf. At least he's in Wall. Shackles of Addiction can dispel immediately. Too bad for Copy. He can stun Archie and channel the chain. So that'd be kind of cool if you could somehow. But it won't let you. So he's kind of in a bad time. Chains of Malediction are up, and that's going to be Copy Fin either finishes off full fake transfusion or not. Does land a stun on Archie around the corner. Is trying to maintain himself with heals as best as he can. Archie so far I think is in a decent position. He got some cooldowns coming up very soon. Should have Doom ones available. That lasso is going to put him a little behind, 27% day, but he's still continuing to heal. Unless Copyfin could just go for like a big burst. That totem I think was on top of the boxes, so I don't think that one was stunned in the first place. Big thunder onto that hex. Hardy does not have a way to interrupt the hex for the time being. And that's going to be Copy trying to make some big damage happen. Does he have the big go? Static Link Totem, Lava Burst, into another Lava Burst, into big Zaps. Archie just taking these Zaps into Earth Shocks right after. Took down these totems as fast as he could. And a Lightning Lasso to follow. He just has plenty of self-healing though. Still got plenty of that Maelstrom, plenty of that mana. Copy looking to get the hell out. Archie in 30 seconds has the big unleashed damage. Hex trying to come out, but Copy, does Archie have an interrupt? He does if he needs to. Big chain, I don't even think he needs the big damage. Trying to see if he can slow down Copy. That's going to be Dora, Shadows roaring next to Copy. Stun Totem coming down. That's going to be down for Archie. Trinkets out of it. Thinking he could just end Copy for right here. Sundering has an interrupt still. It does end up lava lashing him at the end. Archie, though, just showing us the power of an Enhancement Shaman, boys. I like it. Just watched my duel that died in a kick because I couldn't wall. The Shaman played very well. Yo, Taxi, you played really well in my opinion. Don't beat yourself up. You played really well. That's a tough matchup. Honestly, actually a tough matchup. Did Archie just sacrifice Copyfin's soul? This man's brutal. He just defeated a Shaman. But maybe I thought, you know what? From one Shaman to another, at least I'm gonna set your soul free. Or actually, no, it's more like sacrifice the soul, didn't he? I don't really know if he sets it free. Because I'm pretty sure the Jailer has it. Halen just erupting with void eruptions everywhere. Archie bailing out of there immediately. Gonna be more shadow crashes around the corner. And Archie just looking to catch himself a little bit of healing. Wall is up. And Helen has himself full PI and everything. Full burst, void torrent, big damage. Gonna be a sentence. Interrupt Helen. Actually, we could tell. Oh, he interrupted him with Shadow before Disperse could come out and just blasted him with damage. Oh my god. That Ascendance again. This man is ascended. He is beyond the mortal kin. Oh my god. This Shaman is insane. Athman trying to see if he can Ashen Hollow where Archie is hanging out in, hodging him down. Might be able to get some big damage in there too. Gonna be a short stun into Athman though. I don't even know how the totem still hit him. And Athman just tried to send in Ashen. That's gonna give him those Hammer Righteous a little bit more damage. Like 100% more damage increase with that. So he's doing A-okay for now. Archie trying to see if he can rip a bunch of health out of Atha. It looks like that Chain Harvest did the trick. Sunder onto the Pala. Archie needs a trinket for the next big go by Atha. He's definitely going to need a trinket for Blind or Hodge or something. He's definitely going to need to get rid of one of those two. And Athaman has both. Hodge, does Archie have a trinket? I think it could be over. I think the Shaman is getting capped out and Athaman does end up taking him out in the end. That was a rough one, boys. That was a rough one. Damn. Archie, though, just absolutely went above and beyond in these duels, though. Absolutely above and beyond. Actually insane. Looks like Grames, right? Gramus? Grameus. Grameus? Is that what they're supposed to be? Maybe? But Grom is going to be up next versus Athel. Eye for an Eye is activated by the Paladin. I didn't expect for them to run that defensive, but there's a lot of physical damage dealers on the opposite team. So it makes sense. Got to be Grom going for the big avatar. Massive, massive banner. Just a massive orc. Just roaming around, trying to see if he can break through the bubble of Athman. But looks like he's unable to. Athman still not a fantastic spot. Big Stormbolt coming out, and Grom is stunned for a second. Reflect back up into Athel. Oh, Grom with a play with a reflect, dude. That was amazing. That was amazing. That reflect was picture perfect. It just, he waited. Yeah. Also, by the way, Archie healing. Insane. Actually.